Okay, students. So already we have discussed three video lectures on the topic planning, which is our second unit of our syllabus. So today we are going to discuss in the fourth video lecture, in which we are going to discuss about the strategic planning and then how we are utilizing the planning effectively. So already in the previous video lectures, we have discussed about what is planning, what is planning premises, what is the process, what are the steps to be considered in the planning activities, and then what is the various type of planning and what is the advantages and disadvantages of the various types of planning, and then about the goal setting. So we have discussed it. So in this today's section, we are going to discuss how we goal setting and strategic planning to be implemented in an organization effectively. Forces of model of competition. That is how we are facing the five forces in model of competition. First one is the suppliers of key input, rivalry among competing seller, potential new entrants, and substitute the product. So, porters five competitive forces, threat of new entrant, competitive rivalry, threat of substitute product, power of buyers, power of supplier. Based on these five competitive only, we can select the business. Gap analysis. So gap analysis is basics for long-term strategic planning. So based on the analysis of the gap, we have to take action to reduce the gap between. So setting the objective. The purpose is to convert the mission into specific performance target. Yardsticks for tracking company progress and performance should be set at level that require stretch and disciplined crafting a strategy. So in strategy planning, first you have to make the craft, that is Porter's generic strategies, differentiation strategy, overcost leadership strategy, focus strategy, hmm, strategy, market dominance So based on the market dominance, we can achieve through internal growth, occasional mergers and takeovers, new product development to keep the ahead of the reveal and space, contraction or expansion, strategy implementation by adopting the technology, human resource, reward system, decision process. Characteristics of good strategy implementation: an ongoing exercise, proper communication and contingency plan, emphasis on the organization culture, regular review, importance of planning. So based on these only, the good strategy can be implemented effectively. What are the tools and techniques available for the this thing? Effective utilization of the planning. Planning tools and technique. Forecasting. Forecasting is the important tool in planning. Making assumption about what will happen in the future. Qualitative forecasting uses expert opinion. Quantitative forecasting uses mathematical and statistical analysis. All forecasts rarely on human judgment. Contingency planning, identifying alternative courses of action that can be implemented to meet the need of changing circumstances. Contingency plan anticipates changing conditions. Contingency plans contain trigger points. Scenario planning, a long-term version of the contingency planning, is known as the scenario planning. Scenario planning, long-term benchmarking. Which one is called as the benchmarking? Uses of external comparison to the better evaluate current performance and identifying the possible action for the future. Adopting best practice of the other organization that achieve the superior performance is known as the benchmarking. Use of staff planner, lead and coordinate of the planning function. Responsibilities include assisting the line manager in preparing plan, developing special plan, gathering and maintaining planning information, assisting in communication plan, monitoring plan in progress and suggesting. Participation and involvement. Participation planning requires that the planning process include people who will be affected by the plan and will help implement them. Benefits of participation and involvement: promote creativity in planning, increase available information, fosters. How participation involves help build commitment to plan. So the diagram itself indicate the importance, that is importance of involvement of the participator. Management, MBO, management by objective. Say a structured process of regular communication. Supervisor, team leader and worker jointly set performance of the objective. Supervisor, team leader and workers jointly review the result. Proper communication, performance objective. Management objective as a integrated planning and controlling framework. Jointly plan, individually act, jointly control. This is the framework of the MBO. MBO involves formal agreement specifying worker performance objectives for a specific time period, plan through which performance objective will be accomplished, standards for measuring accomplishment of the performance objective, procedures. The MBO process consists of supervisor and worker jointly set objective, establish standards and choose actions. Workers act individually to perform the task. Supervisor act individually to provide necessary support. Supervisor and worker jointly review the result, discuss the result. Type of MBO performance objective: improvement, personal development, maintenance. Criteria for effective performance objective are specific, time defined, challenging, and measurable. So the performance objective should be a specific one. Advantages of MBO: focus on worker most important tasks and objectives, focuses supervisors effort on important area of the support, contribute to relationship between. So next topic is decision making in management. So one of the important criteria in planning is decision making. Based on the decision, we can come to the effective utilization of our plan. Managerial decision making, the process by which manager respond to the opportunities and threat by analyzing option, making decision about the goals and course of action. Decision in response to the opportunity, managers respond to way to improve organization performance. Non-programmed decision, unusual situation that have not been often addressed. Classical model of decision making. A perspective model that tells how the decision should be made assumes manager have to access all the information needed to reach the decision. Manager can make the optimum decision by easily ranking their own preference among the thing. So the diagram indicate the classical model of decision making. A list of alternative consequences, rank each alternative from the low to high or high to low, select the best alternative. The next one is the alternative administrative model. Administrative model of decision making challenges the classical assumption that manager have processed all the information. As a result of making is risky. Bounded rationally, there is a large number of alternatives. Why information is incomplete, uncertainty risk, ambiguous information, and then time constraints and the information of cost. So these are the reasons for the information is incomplete. So we will conclude the fourth this thing topic on planning. So if you have any doubt in the today's discussion, you can raise your questions. Any questions?